Call of Duty. It's not exactly the most well thought of gaming franchise these days. With annual releases stretching as far back as 2005, they bring out a new one every single year like clockwork. So of course this year, there's a new one.
So Call of Duty World War II was officially revealed this week. In a media assault that probably cost as much as your average World War II operation, Activision filled the BFI IMAX in London with all manner of sycophants and Hollywood A-listers like Josh Duhamel to reveal the new Call of Duty. As earlier leaks had suggested, Call of Duty World War II is in fact a new Call of Duty game set in World War II. In an hour-long live stream, we were shown a bunch of stuff, including a 2-minute cinematic trailer, some nice pictures, and some very excited YouTubers who were very enthusiastic about the game, which I'm sure was all completely earnest and honest.
Oh, now, did you see the presenter of the stream?
Did you?
And he was talking about the trailer. Oh, that trailer was fantastic. It was gritty, kind of like how it feels to be in World War II.
Don't ever say that.
I lost my shit having watched that back because he is such a dickhead. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what it's like to be.
I'm calling you out, man. I'm calling you out.
I know exactly what it's like to be in World War II, having my friends blow up and die around me, having to go on and continue regardless of all my friends who are dying because I've watched this trailer.
There's ass kissing of Activision, and there's like just like crawling up in there, getting up as far up in the ass as you can.
Nice impression.
I'm not saying that's what they were doing.
Someone gif that, please. As for the single-player portion of the game, they say it will be a visceral, gritty, realistic experience about boots-on-the-ground American soldiers in the European theatre. For comparison, let's remember that Activision also said back in 2016 that Infinite Warfare was an authentic depiction of warfare. However, there will be times in the game where the point of view changes to that of a French resistance fighter, a British officer, and an African-American soldier. There will be a companion co-op campaign featuring a separate story and squad-based gameplay, with more info to come at E3 2017. Developer Sledgehammer Games reassured the audience that COD World War II will be a deeply respectful representation of one of the world's greatest conflicts. Shortly after, they confirmed the game will have Nazi zombies.
We've really been focusing on authenticity this time. We really wanted to get the drooling, moaning of the zombies to be spot on. Spent some time with actual Nazi zombies.
Yeah.
We wanted to be a deeply respectful representation of the war with Nazi zombies. There's going to be Nazi zombies in it, but honestly, guys, it's going to be so respectful. They also announced a new narrative-driven multiplayer game mode called War, which sounds incredibly similar to Battlefield 1's Operations mode. There's also Headquarters, which is a new Destiny-style social hub area where players can interact and form parties for multiplayer. Not much more info was given apart from a lot of hype-building stuff about how the developers did extensive research in order to accurately recreate the weapons, vehicles, and battlefields of the era, and that more details would be shared at E3 2017. I've got to be 100% honest, this is the first time I'm even remotely interested in Call of Duty. It's in about 5 or 6 years. Like, I've just not even, it's not even been on my radar. So this is the first time I paid any attention, and I think this is what they're hoping for. They want to get people like me back on board, I think.
The thing that stuck out for me was how they're trying to represent the war as authentically as possible. They went back, they've tried driving in the tanks that we used back in World War II. They tried shooting the weapons. They've visited all the original locations. They take a lot of video, a lot of footage, and they're trying to recreate everything as authentically as possible. And for me, as an enthusiast of like historical accuracy, I find this quite appealing, and I think that in itself might be worth a purchase for me because I did enjoy the original Call of Duties that were World War
You're a big fan
focused.
of those, weren't you?
Yeah,
Probably 1 and 2,
absolutely.
so.
And I think if they do this right, they could completely change my opinion of Call of Duty. I don't know if it can go that far, but you know,
that's what they want to do, though, isn't it?
I could bring it back into my good books, basically.
I think that's what they're trying to do. And it's also worth noting that this is the first time they're going to have source material of any kind, because it's been going forwards and all sci-fi and alternate universe kind of shit. They've gone way out of beyond of what reality actually is in the recent games. They've just blown it out of proportion with their fantasy. This is the first time they've really brought it back, and they're like, okay, well, what actually happened, and what, they've got something to pull from. They've got history to study and to try and replicate. So that's a good start, if you ask me.
Details were also given about the many different editions of the game which will be available for purchase. There will be 4 different editions: the base edition, the digital base edition, the digital deluxe edition, and the pro edition. Edition. The last two editions both include the Season Pass and access to a closed beta.
Also, no news on the Bonerific Edition just yet. The reveal then went on with a series of interviews with studio founders Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey, and the whole event ended with a trailer reminding everyone to pre-order for exclusive beta access. The game has been scheduled to release for PS4, Xbox One and PC on November the 3rd, 2017. And boy was that guy breathing through his nose. That guy's microphone is like right in his nostrils. It was really intense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's just been doing some curls.
Jim Bro has just been like dancing.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about Call of Duty, guys.
So they are saying that it's like return to boots on the ground. That's like a phrase that they're like using because because so many people wanted that, and like the last year, like there was an uproar. The huge backlash they had when they announced Infinite Warfare. Loads of dislikes on the YouTube video because it wasn't boots on the ground, but now it's boots on the ground, guys. You can relax, and the fact that 130,000 people were watching when I was watching the live stream yesterday, it just speaks volumes for how much people are interested in this game. It really is the pinnacle of gaming right now. Like it's the biggest franchise, and
it's a marketing juggernaut, I think, as well. They just get this steamroller going, and all these leaks. You know, it's just all part of it. It's all part of like firing up that engine slowly, and then everyone, you know, it generates discussion. It's that kind of enthusiasm to find out the information to start with, not the enthusiasm for the game, that enthusiasm for what is it going to be, what's it going to have, what are the details. It's all part of it, and they do it like better than anyone. Call of Duty is the biggest entertainment product around, and I think this reveal just proved it. Like the production value of you know, announcing the game was unbelievable. Like and just, you know, taking out the BFI IMAX in London, and they just like wrapped the whole building in Call of Duty you know, posters and whatever. Like it was just wall to wall advertisement, and they've got a lot of money to throw at it, and boy are they throwing it.
The only thing that I want to see, I don't want to hear about all this bullshit about zombies and bullshit about it's going to be a visceral, it's going to be hype. The amount of times they said
so
hype,
visceral, guys.
Visceral and hype. I mean, the guy said hype in 5 times in like the space of a minute. All that shit aside, just give me dedicated PC servers and I'll be happy.
Well, this is the Saturday show, so let's take a look at some of your comments.
First up on the David Lanehelm interview video we made, Friddy comments, Dying Light is a band in Germany, but you're allowed to join the army at 16. What the f***? Yeah, that's that. I mean,
there's a lot of examples of stuff like that, isn't it? Where you, like in America, you're allowed to vote and whatever.
Kill people.
Kill people.
There's a gun.
Army,
go and kill somebody.
Don't you dare drink though. Yeah, you do. You're not drinking.
Next up on last week's Sunday News Roundup, Vartrines says the guy with the glasses keeps getting better the more he presents. Keep up the good work.
I wear glasses sometimes.
Which guy with glasses? I mean,
I wear glasses sometimes. So I think he means me, maybe.
I used to wear glasses. I had my eyes lasers, so that's probably me.
Right, okay.
Thanks, dude.
Also commenting on the Gaming News Roundup, Spaghetti and Sauce says, I've never seen a channel where the viewers are so obsessed with the height of the presenters.
I know, it's short arse and neat.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. I mean, what does it matter that, you know, some people are taller, some people are shorter? Whatever.
Just the way it is, isn't it?
Fucking hurts. Okay, so Call of Duty World War II. If, like us, you've lost interest in Call of Duty recently, has this been enough to spark your interest? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. There's some more content right here for you, and a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. We'll see you next time.